Hello, my name is Alan J. Faller, A-L-A-N with one L, J, and Faller, F-A-L-L-E-R, not Feller, not Fowler, but Faller. Thank you, and I'm here to tell you how you can keep your hair from turning gray and how you can keep your natural hair color all the rest of your life. I'm 88 years old, and I think you can see that I have a pretty good head of hair. I not only keep my hair color, I think what I do is it keeps the hair growing better for a long time and does not likely to go bald. But I can't promise you that because I'm the only one who has ever done this. Now, I should also tell you that it won't cost you anything except possibly the cost of a comb that looks like this. This is commonly called a woman's comb because it has these widely spaced tines. These are called tines, by the way. These are very good for scraping your scalp with these, and that's what you do. That's all you have to do is in the morning when you get up and you shave and you wash and so forth, and you can have just spend about a minute or a little longer if you wish on scraping your scalp by pointing these tines right down and scraping the scalp of your head and all around your ears as well, and down a little down the back of your neck, and that's all you have to do. It will not cost you anything except possibly whatever this kind of a comb costs, and we have no pamphlets to sell. We have no books for you to read. It's as simple as that, and you just scrape your scalp with the comb like this. Now, this sounds too simple, doesn't it? And there will be people who tell you all the way along that, oh, that's foolishness, you can't possibly do that. But I'm here as an example of the fact that you can do it, and as a scientist, I know the theory of it, and it should work for almost anybody. It could work for women as well, if they have inclined to do anything like that, but most of them have some other idea about what they want to do with your hair, and they change it and they dye it and so forth. I have never used any kind of dye or any coloring or anything else. I don't put anything else in my hair. I originally did it when I was started at age 50. I originally did it to scrape my scalp of dandruff, clean the dandruff off, and that worked fine. And then I discovered that it was very stimulating. Stimulating, yes. It stimulates the blood underneath your skin of your scalp. Keep your mind active. It's a rather nice thing to do. So it's more than just keeping your hair from turning gray. But that was the main object, I found out after a while. And I'm 8 years old. I'm sure you would say I don't look that old, but that's the fact. And I hope to keep a few more years going, and so forth. Well, I tell you, you scrape your scalp. Here's what you do. You simply point the tines down and you pull it through your hair and scrape your scalp. Like this. You go either way, this way, or the other way, or sideways. But as long as you scrape it well, and especially around the ears, you have to get close into your ears and rub it up and down a little bit more there, and then over your ears and down the back of your neck a little bit, and so forth, as you see I'm doing. And that's all you have to do. And if you I have incorporated this as soon as I felt stimulated by it. I didn't know I was going to save my hair color for about 10 or 15 years because it stayed, and other people turned gray. Other people my age turned gray, and pretty soon I was way ahead of everybody else, and kept my hair color completely. You might ask, when should you start? Well, I started at 50, but my hair was still, I had very little gray, maybe a little gray on the corners and the sides, but I started at age 50, but I think you should start much earlier than that because most men will start to get going gray. They may start in 40 or 50, or sometimes even earlier. And it's best to start early, and it doesn't hurt at all. You make it part of your morning ritual, and you spend about a minute doing it, and it's a nice experience as well. As I say, we don't make any money off it. We're just putting it out here for people to get to use it, and I hope that the idea flourishes and it passes on from one person to another eventually, so that and they tell people to read this. And I say, do not be discouraged by people who say, oh, it can't be done. That includes people who are professionals in the hair business, and they will tell you it can't be done. And but I did it, and I'm quite sure that other people can do it as well. I'm not an unusual person in terms of my physical stature. It's about the same as perfectly a few other million Americans, certainly. Don't know about other races of people. It's hard to tell, but because we don't have any experience there. If their hair turns white when they get old, as it does for most of the people in this world, I believe, then the scraping may do very well. The same sort of thing as what happens with me, and so forth. Well, I'm not going to try to tell you about the theory of it. That's a little bit more complicated than I think would be useful to you. There will be a picture telling you right out straight what you have to do, with the intent of stirring up the blood between your scalp and your skull.
Scrape the scalp and adjacent areas with the tines of a comb, with the intent of stimulating the blood in the scalp on a routine basis. Please note, theory tells us that if you miss a day or two of scraping, you may be able to recover, but to test this is not recommended. If you are using a detergent to clean your hair, scraping will be useless. Clean your hair with fresh water and a good comb. However, if you are over 50 or less and have been using a detergent, you may still be able to recover with scraping, but give up the detergent.
According to my theory, it's something that anybody can do and anybody should benefit from. So I'll leave it at that and let you go about your ways, and have a good day. Goodbye.